The new medieval comedy, written and directed by Lena Dunham, Catherine Called Birdy, is now in theaters, so let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name is Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more up and coming content. In medieval England, the daughter of a lord ruins her father's plans to marry off to a wealthy suitor. When the most vile suitor arrives, her parents' love for her is tested. Catherine Called Birdy is now in theaters and is set to hit Prime Video in October, and this is based off of a 90s novel. And I was actually looking forward to this film for quite some time. Anything that has to do with a medieval setting, I'm immediately interested in it. Having not read the original novel and just looking at the set photos of this film, I was looking forward to it. And this is a really entertaining film. This takes a young character, a teenager named Lady Catherine, and her family wants her to be married, and she is still young, she's innocent, she doesn't know what a virgin is. She has really no interest in all of that. She is rebellious. She's trying to ruin all of the plans of anybody who is coming to try to marry her, including Russell Brand. So seeing her plans in place and seeing how she's trying to ruin all these plans, it does provide for some hilarious moments within here. And Lady Catherine is such a likable character. She is played by Bella Ramsey, who you might recognize from Game of Thrones. She is really enjoyable in here. What I like about this character is that there's this sense of realism to her. Even though it's set in a medieval time, it's very stuck in its ways with that setting. But there's a sense of realism and modern topics that are discussed within this film. So she does feel like a character that is in a medieval setting, but also the way she goes about her feels very similar to characters today. So I like that there was that nice balance to her. She's a very likable character. She's rebellious. She's obnoxious at times. She's young, but she wants to ruin all of her father's plans for her being set off to be married. So there's this nice story to her as she is still young and she wants to hold on to that innocence. Her family, mostly her father, want to marry her off to a wealthy suitor. As we learn more about Lady Catherine and her trying to become a woman and her on a journey to become a woman, things that it takes to be a woman, it's a little more emotional. The beginning of the film is really lighthearted. There's like these text on screen that describe each character, but the deeper we get into the story, the more emotional it does get, as she really does not want to be married and she's young. She wants to have fun. And we see more emotions coming out from that when she realizes that her plans may not work. So there is that emotional side to this story as we get more invested in Lady Catherine's story and her journey as well. I also love all the set designs, the costumes for it. It had a great medieval feel to it, and that's what I was looking forward to in this film. I just love that setting, and I think it played nicely within this film. The film is equally just fun and lighthearted, but also important and has this nice commentary to it, but also emotional side to it. So it's juggling a lot by giving us some fun characters, some really good performances too, especially coming from Bella Ramsey. Also, the film just looks great. The direction is awesome. I loved how the topics were discussed as well. It's a well-written story that feels important at times, but also just lighthearted and fun. This is a very enjoyable film. It is one that is also very quotable. There's a lot of times where Lady Catherine is just saying, you know, these one or two lines, and they do provide for a lot of laughs, but they are things that you will think about after the film is over. So I was really impressed with Catherine Called Birdy, from its direction to its characters, what it did explore. Explored a teenager trying to be a little more mature, but also holding on to that innocence was something that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. And it did it in a dramatic, but also a lighthearted take. So before I give you my score for Catherine Called Birdy, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. And if you'd like to see where Catherine Called Birdy ranks amongst all of the other 2022 releases I have seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Catherine Called Birdy a B. Thank you guys for checking my review for Catherine Called Birdy in theaters now. Have you guys seen it by chance? If you haven't, it does hit Prime Video in October. Make sure to stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.